to the Cybernauts podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Max.
And tonight we have Brent, a returning guest. How are things with you, Brent?
They're going really good. I'm real tired right now because I'm right in the middle of production week for my new show, North To Maine. The world premiere goes up for its first press preview on the 5th of June. It's just in 3 days now. And we have our opening night on the 7th of June. So this is going to be a blast.
Sounds
I'm very
like
tired.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been very busy then.
Yeah. This is a giant replica of the sign of the Appalachian Trail that's just been built in the hallway outside my apartment, along with a cow skull. And,
Wow.
Yeah. And we're building a replica of a Confederate cap here in the apartment right now. So it's going to be a fun play.
Sounds like it. And tonight's episode, we're going to be going ahead and discussing a little bit about Doctor Who and some of the recent events that are going on. Rumor mill is going on. In fact, I think it was Dave Tent that went ahead and posted it up on his own blog that Matt Smith is regenerating. He will no longer be the Doctor as of the Christmas special this year.
Right. That's what I've heard.
Now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to describe my own feelings on this. Brent, you're a Doctor Who fan.
Mm-hmm.
What are your feelings on Matt Smith leaving Doctor Who?
Well, I really like Matt Smith as the Doctor. One of the things that I really, really love about that character is he's the youngest actor to ever play Doctor Who, I believe. And he manages to actually come across like he's one of the oldest of the Doctor, who he is in canon. And I think that there's something really, really powerful about that and powerful about his performance. He's a terrific actor. He looks the part, and we've had some great, great episodes out of it. That said, I think they may be regenerating the Doctor a little too fast, but, I mean, one of the fun things about Doctor Who is we get to see different actors do it. So I'm tentatively excited to see who they replace him with.
Well, I mean, and honestly, it's been 3 years, hasn't it?
4.
Has it been 4? Okay.
And then if you really think about it, it's actually a little bit longer than some of the other doctors have been doctors. Patrick Troughton was only in it for 3 years, and only Tom Baker, of course, had this legendary 7-year reign.
Yeah.
I
don't know if we want to go there on that one.
But I think he's got a little bit above average length of being a Doctor, so I think he's had a very good run. It just seems so quick,
It seems very, very quick. And maybe I could see Matt Smith doing it for 7 years. Maybe I guess they think he's aging, and so the shtick about him being really young is wearing off or something. Or, maybe the actor just wants to move on. Have they given reasons why he's quitting?
No, it was just sudden news right now, and there was nothing.
What I've been hearing, okay, and like I said, this is just rumor. I'm hearing that there's a opportunity to direct is what's happening here. And like I said, this is all speculation. This is what's being spread around right now. There's a little bit more detail on Dave Tennant's blog site, but it all seems to be, and this is coming from other places too, that all seems to be stemming towards directing rather than acting right now. And also, taking into consideration how this last week's episode ended. Who would have thought about that at the end, huh?
Can we spoiler this? Can we tell people?
I think if people have not gone ahead and seen that episode, and, as of yet, well then, that's on them because they've had a whole week to catch up. A whole week. A week, people. We can't go ahead and keep this bottled up. I mean, wow.
Yeah. So you want me to drop it? I'll do the spoilers.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the last episode ended revealing John Hurt as the Doctor that Doctor Who won't acknowledge as the Doctor, and that's of course John Hurt, who I've actually referenced in my own work, and he is the first, which oddly enough was a reference to Moffat. Oh my God, this is just going around in a giant literary circle. John Hurt was the first actor to ever have a chest buster alien bust out of his stomach, or chest, and that was used later on as a metaphor for how men view pregnancy in Steve Moffat's show Coupling, which then, after I watched it in college, made it into, I think, one of the first plays I ever wrote. I referenced the John Hurt moment, and then we had our own metaphorical John Hurt moment featuring the actual John Hurt at the end of the last Doctor Who.
Yeah, and the whole part, he not in the name of the Doctor, just kind of got to him. Like, okay, what is he referencing? And why was it not in the name of the Doctor? So, I'm actually really curious, and we have to wait until like November 23rd. To find out.
Does anybody have any theories on what he might have been referencing?
I don't. I don't as of yet. I mean, it's just. I think I would think it has to do with something. With Souffle Girl.
Clara.
Yep.
Which I was actually kind of annoyed at how they finally worked her character in. They kept building it up like it was going to be this really big thing, and then, I don't know, just her being this infinite helper of the Doctor that keeps helping him and dying, and it's never remembered except sometimes. I don't know, it just struck me as kind of cheap and kind of rushed. I did not like that aspect of the episode.
Yeah, I was kind of let down on that. I was hoping to have that we'd have more Clara time as far. But now, I mean, it's just a couple of episodes, and oh wow, she's the girl that saves the Doctor. Ooh, okay. So is she always going to be there, or I mean, are we to assume? I don't want to assume or presume.
It seems like she may have actually appeared as his previous companions have been actually incarnations of her.
That might be interesting. Yeah.
Because
remember, she stepped into the timeline.
Yeah.
So no wonder, I mean, is it any wonder that she's already that we've seen her already? This is that future time that brings us to the past time to the present time. The big giant wibbly wobbly daisy chain.
That's a great way of describing it. I don't know. I really, really hope that the next incarnation of the Doctor is not John Hurt, though. I hope that he's the antagonist. I think
he's the end. I think he's the end Doctor. I'm hoping that he is the end Doctor.
I've mentioned this before on the show, and I would really, really like to see Doctor Who regenerate as a Time Lady. We've had 11 men at this point. 11. And there are a ton of phenomenal female actresses out there. And not only that, but if you had Matt Smith regenerate into a woman, but kept him having maybe like more of like a male spirit or a male mind, and then gave him a female companion, don't gender flip the companion, you could actually make a lot of really, really good points about sexuality, about gender roles. You could do what sci-fi is supposed to do, what good sci-fi is supposed to do, and that's push the envelope and work with. I hit you. And he's doing what a cat is supposed to do, which.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, you could do what sci-fi is supposed to do, which is push the boundaries, comment on the society that we have today, and look forward to how we're going to treat these issues in the future. You know, a lot of fans would probably go apeshit, but I mean, I really think that would be a great direction for the series to go in.
And I agree with you. I do. But I think the whole thing. I honestly think that the whole lineage is going to be a male lineage, and the reason I say that is because he was born a Gallifreyan male, and from what I've heard, and this is just from what I've heard. You know, I don't have any specifics on it. If you're born male, even if you are a Time Lord, you can't change into a woman because of the way the DNA is built.
Yeah, but they established that you could in the Neil Gaiman episode, because he talked about one of his friends who was a Time Lord, and they found the guy's severed arm, and he said he had a tendency to regenerate into a Time Lady. So it can happen. And if I recall right, actually the original creator of Doctor Who said, and had suggested in the 80s when the project was coming to kind of a close, it suggested regenerating the Doctor as a Time Lady. And they thought about doing it for a while, but then they didn't. But no, I agree with you. I don't think it will be a woman. I think institutionalized sexism is going to prevent that, as well as people's just general expectations of the character. I just think it would be really cool, it'd be really gutsy, and it'd be a great thing for them to do with the series.
I concur. Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were going to say something.
Oh. Kind of out of my head. Maybe well, aside from going on to briefly touching on the Forgotten Doctor, if you want to finish up with Matt Smith still.
Well, I guess I'll close this particular part of the topic with honestly, Mr. Moffat, if you ever even come across this, and I honestly don't think that this will ever go ahead and hit the BBC at all in any way, shape, or form. Just like I thought, about maybe 2/3 of Facebook, a million blogs, and maybe a billion forums. Look and offer Rupert Grint the next opportunity to be the next Doctor.
Ron. He'd be perfect, actually.
Exactly, yes. and not only that, but it would actually go ahead and allow the Doctor to cross off his bucket list about being ginger.
Oh, yeah, ginger,
Here's what I'll say. Have Rupert Grint play the Doctor, but have him play a red-haired, transgendered Doctor. There we go. We'll do that. I'm sure Rupert Grint would be down for playing that, and that would make me happy.
Wow. Yeah, I love that one. Yes, Max.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on with the Forgotten Doctor.
Well, Timegate was last weekend, and I got to see Jabba with, and he premiered the Forgotten Doctor. Actually, he showed the first 2 episodes.
Okay. I'd heard it was just the one, but
yeah, the second one was the rough cut. It was
okay.
minus the music. There was like they're still doing in the post-production, which
Okay.
surprised me because they were announcing that they were going to launch it on the Tuesday, which is May the 28th, and it's like, okay, they hadn't quite finished the second one, but they are already starting. I guess it was just they
Like
just
halfway in the can.
They knew that they could polish it up within the week, I guess.
Okay.
But it was officially, it's on YouTube. Let's see. So anybody who's looking for it, you could go to YouTube and look for DW the Forgotten Doctor, and that's their page for YouTube page for the Forgotten Doctor episodes.
Yeah, I've got episode 1-1 Resurrection pulled up on my computer right now. And I'm very much looking forward. I was really impressed with the CGI at the beginning. That's high production value. Did their Kickstarter do really well?
Oh, I guess you'd have to ask them so much more.
I followed it a bit. They actually did really well with their Kickstarter, yes.
Yeah. And I asked them, and they said that they'll be willing to do another, join us in another podcast in the next few weeks, sometime, I guess, this month. I'm not sure which day.
Okay.
Sweet.
So we'll keep you appraised, Brendan, on that. So.
Please do. I love talking Doctor Who at all points, and I'd love to touch base with them after I've seen their work. I'm going to be watching it right after this.
I suppose my impression, when you see it, the first official companion he had, just to be a bit reminiscent to Ace a little bit. But yeah, that's just my impression. I don't want to go into any details and spoil it to you. They're only like 30-minute episodes, and it's not long.
That's 15, unless is it in 2 parts?
Well, it seemed, maybe, was it 15?
No, 30 minutes actually, because I have 1-1. I was thinking season 1, episode 1, but no, that's 1 part 1. So I bet you there is a part 2.
Yeah. So.
That would make it 30. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm stoked about this. They seem to have their stuff together. It was very cool getting a chance to talk with them. Yeah. So, did you guys get a chance to see the other Doctor Who episodes? Did you get a chance to see the Rings of Akatan and the Journey to the Center of the TARDIS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well,
yeah, I'm
Say what?
I'm caught up.
You caught up?
Yeah.
I liked Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. A lot of time displacements, dimensional paradigm shifts and such. I definitely liked the twist on it. It was definitely well played. The rings.
Talking about that.
Go ahead.
You were talking about them being the monsters, like they're burned and charred bodies chasing them down the hallways in the TARDIS. That's the twist you were referring to, right?
Yeah, being chased by a piece of charcoal version of yourself.
That was a good concept. What I liked, I felt both of the episodes, I liked Rings of Akatan a lot better than I liked Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. And I may just be jealous because I wanted to write a story where, who knows, maybe I'll get a chance to one of these days, where they actually go into the TARDIS. And what I got annoyed about with Journey to the Center of the TARDIS was that the story wasn't about the TARDIS. It was about the side characters running around after the companion, after Clara. And I didn't really care that much about the side characters. They weren't particularly well developed, and so by the time that episode ended, they erased the timeline. It didn't really have any effect whatsoever on the series at all. So I got annoyed about that. What do you think? What did you think of Rings of Akatan?
Rings of Akatan was actually quite attention grabbing. I mean the whole concept of keeping this like zombie mummified alarm clock satisfied, just stay asleep so it doesn't wake up this gigantic enormous planet Galacticus type planet thing on the bob.
Okay, I had to refresh my memory on which one that was. I was like, what? What?
It's where the Doctor takes Clara to an interstellar.
It was that big planet and sun and all that.
Yeah, with the debris ring and everything. It's like a meteor ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that episode was.
It obviously hadn't stuck in my mind all that well.
Well, it must have been that memorable for you. I was actually, taken quite back by the girl's singing. The girl's singing was well done.
Yeah, she was probably the best part of the whole thing. She was very cute and everything. But I agree with on the Sun Journey that is the TARDIS. I kind of already figured that the charcoal figures were them. Well into. I was like, oh look, that's another Clara. I was like, wasn't a surprise to me on that, but.
Well, when they're jumping through time, you can kind of expect that with Doctor Who. What I really liked about Rings of Akatan, and Rings of Akatan is a flawed episode. It is very, very flawed.
They're different. There are so many holes in that thing. It's actually like a piece of dimensional, wibbly wobbly sliced cheese.
Yeah.
It's definitely something for the delicatessen.
Yeah. But here's what I want to say, and I know I bring this up like every time I'm on here and every time I talk about the Doctor, but once again, that the Rings of Akatan is another example as to why the Doctor is an anarchist. And I'll tell you exactly why. One of the major themes of anarchism as a political philosophy is, and one of the major things that actually came out of socialism is the meme, no gods, no king. And what's really, really interesting is take the speech that Matt Smith gives to the planet towards the end, and just imagine that he's not talking to a planet. Imagine he's talking to the biblical God, like Yahweh. And it blows my mind. Like, I was just like, and I think that was really what saved the episode for me and what made the episode really good. What screwed the episode was that kind of a monologue, something that powerful, as a writer, you have to earn that. You can't just go to that monologue. And the episode that led up to it didn't earn it. You want to deliver a speech like that, that better be at the end of like a 2-hour movie where everything has gone up and then you come to this giant, massive climax. And then in this one, they did like a very minor episode that kind of rambled, got this great, phenomenal speech in with a huge amount of socio-political weight to it. And then not only did they not earn it, but they split it in half. Like the Doctor got his essence eaten a little bit, and Clara showed up on a moped for no reason and hit him with the leaf, which was very, very well foreshadowed. But there was no reason to do that. There was no reason to break the power of that arc. They were just like, oh, and then we also have to have the companion do it. So it felt very rushed. And on that note, Stephen Moffat, if you're watching, hire me. I can fix this.
Hey, on a side note, DenverCon was this weekend, and they had Con Baker, which was the 5th Doctor? Or was it the 6th Doctor?
Colin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at Timegate the week before, so I guess he's been moving on.
Oh yeah, he's been seen on the circuit lately quite a bit. He's just been popping up at cons like Orphan Orville Redenbacher.
Well, I don't think he's really had too much to do other than the big Finnish productions, and yeah, it's interesting how he looked like my boss's husband in so many the white hair, and it's like balding, and it's just like
Really? I mean, the doctor's going bald?
yeah, Colin has gotten quite and he gained a lot of weight too, so
Oh wow.
yeah. You would not recognize him at first glance. You probably, once he starts talking, you're like, oh, that's Colin. He's like, okay, I can believe it's him. But at first glance, you probably not know it was him.
He needs to go on Brent's special diet plan and workout session.
Yeah, I need to go back on my special diet plan and workout session. I've been eating my stress lately, so I've gained a little bit.
That's bad juju, dude.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, the juice fast worked like a charm, and I really am like, I'm a huge recommender of that for everyone. Like, you will feel better, you'll shed weight like crazy. It totally changes the way you think about food. And then just don't do what I did, which is get your play produced and freak out. And end up like working that and the full-time job and everything else, and then just come home and drink your way back to where you were.
How long do you think? How long? Well, first off, when did you start back up on the diet?
Yeah.
Me? I finished the diet, right before my birthday, because I turned 30 at the beginning of this month.
God, you're 16 years younger than me?
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Oh my God. Now I feel old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I stopped before my birthday, and then I went to go back on it for a little while, and my there were a couple of problems, like my roommate ran into some issues, and I went also, Melanie and I went to go see Neil Gaiman and Amanda Palmer up at Bard College, because they are doing a fellowship at Bard where they get paid to essentially hang out with the college kids, and Neil Gaiman gets to teach a writing class, and I am insanely jealous of every single kid in that class. And they did an evening with Neil Gaiman and Amanda Palmer where Neil sang and Amanda sang, and then Neil did some reading. And I think on the way back, I was just like, it ran on a bit longer than I thought, and on the way back, I'm like, I'm just going to have a cheeseburger.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, if you're going to fall hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the pastrami and the melted cheddar.
Unfortunately, it was upstate New York, so it's a little more like Kentucky. It's like Kentucky with the buildings are slightly less crappy.
Just to switch gears here, on the subject of anime, I gotta have Max go ahead. Max.
Yeah.
Max, can you go ahead and tell us, just kind of introduce what's happening here in July on July 13th?
Do what? Sorry. Repeat that.
Macross 30 Live.
I'm not sure. Other than there was the reissue of the Blu-ray version of the. I don't know anything about the live thing.
Oh, okay, there's going to be a concert I mean, it's 30 years of Macross. In 1982, Macross, what we know back in like 83, 84 was produced by Harvey Gold as Robotech. And the first section, the first part of the series was Macross. And this coming up on the 13th of July, they're doing this whole 30 years, the multiverse of Macross, Macross 7, Macross Frontiers, Macross Do You Love, the whole Sharon Apple saga. I mean, they're going to have all the singing actresses there, and the music idols. And in fact, Max, the young lady, the woman that played Minmay, she was the only actress / singer that I knew that not only got to go ahead and voice her Japanese counterpart, but later on went ahead back in 2006, decided to go ahead and was able to voice herself in the English edition.
Right.
And her name is escaping me, and I feel like such a butt about
Marmy.
I could never get into Macross. It's not that I didn't watch it so much. I think it was that giant, Macross was the first, if I'm right, the first of the giant robot things. I could never get into it because. Do you guys see what I have to live with and deal with?
Oh man.
Yeah. There's a picture of Colin Baker, by the way.
Oh wow, yeah, he's. he looks like you know what he should do? He should play Benjamin Franklin in a biopic.
Either that or an overweight Orville Redenbacher. Look at him! Look at him! Oh my god, I gotta bring this back.
He's an older guy. It happened.
Yeah.
Oh my word! He actually would make a good Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, I think he looks great. I mean, Ben Franklin, perfect role right there. And interestingly enough, sometimes actors can get a lot of work later on if they have a non-conventional body type, specifically because they're niche roles and there's only so many well-known good actors who can play those. A great example actually is Tyrion. What is the actor who plays Tyrion in Game of Thrones? But he's a little person. I'm sorry? Peter Dinklage. Oh, and you can do. He does very, very well as an actor.
Yeah.
He is beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm talking about
He does get top billing, so.
Yeah. Looks like they're having fun. I think the jacket that the doctor wears, I think I have that jacket. My roommate who just walked by had one when he was all goth. So I think that's a Hot Topic brand. Works well for the doctor.
Yeah. So, Steve, you were saying that you were going to see Mari Ejima
at Anime Bonsai this year, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but everybody at Anime Bonsai is super excited about this. This is a milestone marker for Bonsai, and it's a milestone for her because this is her first concert in the state of Utah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a double header, definitely a double header.
Yeah, I got to see her at AWA way back. I can't remember, was it AWA 3 or 4?
Yeah.
But he was wonderful, and you know.
Well, here's the thing that gets me. This is the one thing that gets me about the Japanese. Okay, where the hell are they getting the Dick Clark stem cells to stay so damn young? I mean, look at her, and she looks like she's in her late 20s, and she's 50 years old. 50! The big 50! She's half a century old, and yet she looks like she just graduated out of college.
You know, I mean, she hasn't been subjected to wage slavery for most of her life. You know, the rest of us, we get, you know, if you divorce yourself from capital, if you divorce yourself from the workers' market, you get to celebrity status. You know, you have the time and you have the ability to keep your body in good shape and to keep your mind in good shape and to not get beat down. Like, I mean, I know guys who work at, like, UPS, and they've got the body of, like, a 40-year-old, and they're in their late 20s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she does ballet. She does her own composing. She probably does like 2 or 3 hours of Pilates a day. I bet you. But
I mean, if I didn't have to work, ideally I would like to spend my days like writing and hiking. That's it. Like writing, hiking, working out, and doing martial arts.
Yeah, no, I feel you. For me, it would actually be solitary, just walking, on the treadmill,
Mm-hmm.
on the treadmill, working on computers, building, and gathering a small team up and just trying to work out different theories, being able to build the better processor and the better GPU.
Yeah. You notice, by the way, I'm gonna bring this up because people always argue with this when the themes turn socio-political. You notice neither of us and no one here has said that what they would do if they didn't have to work is just lay around and do nothing. You know, all of us come up with all this like really awesome, important work that we want to do if we didn't have to do this bullcrap. That's what yeah. It's kind of like when they, if I may go on the soapbox, it's kind of like in Catalonia when they removed private property and production went up. They had a massive crop surplus that they'd never had before because there were so many people not doing bullcrap work that didn't go anywhere.
True. Very true.
So I'm gonna have to log off in just a few minutes because I've got a crash. We actually have load-in at the theater tomorrow. Do we want to take a couple of minutes to talk about North To Maine before I pop off?
Yes, please, definitely. Just go ahead and give people a brush up. Go ahead and catch people on up with the general audience.
All right. Well, there's actually been a lot of development in the play, so I'll give you all the general thing. And this was on another Cybernauts episode. I'm not quite sure which one it is. You can add it, I guess, in the comments or whatever.
Right.
But I talked about my play North To Maine, which is the second play I ever wrote, and it is in 2006 and also 2008. I hiked all 2,176.5 miles of the Appalachian Trail. And then after it took about 6 months. And after that, I spent 6 months writing, and I wrote the first play ever about the Appalachian Trail and the people who write it. Here's the postcard, actually, which is designed by Emor of EmorIllustration.com. And this, for about 4 years, this was read, this was workshopped, it was taken to trail days, and then eventually I got picked up by State of Play production. Where I'm the resident playwright. They are bringing it to its world premiere production, and I'm so excited that I've never done anything bigger with my career. The play is massive, but it's all about hiking 2,176 miles from Georgia to Maine, what makes a person want to do that, and the types of people that are there on the trail. It's sponsored by Lakey, which is a company that makes trekking poles that hikers use. It's also sponsored by Osprey backpacks, sponsored by Gear to Go Outfitters here in Brooklyn, and we also are sponsored. We have a producing sponsor, is the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, which is the national nonprofit that oversees the trails, and the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference. So, yeah, they're sending it out to like thousands and thousands of people, and I'm freaking out. It's looking like we're going to get a lot of attention.
Well, it definitely sounds like you definitely are. I think you're probably just a few steps from being there.
What I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. We've got anyway. The play runs about 2.5 hours. It's going up at 21 Clinton Street, the Cow Theater, formerly the Living Theater in New York's East Village. We have 12 performances, and the show, honestly, it's really awesome. There's 6 characters based upon actual hikers that I met, not real people. They're all composites, and we also have aggressive male nudity in it, and we have a very interesting way of hanging a bear bag, and we have a full-size replica of the sign at the end of the Appalachian Trail. It's going to be revealed in the coolest way at the end. And it ties itself into the Lord of the Rings, because actually The Hobbit was about, or not just the Lord of the Rings series is about a thrill hike. It's 3 books of people walk into a freaking mountain. Yeah, it's a major theme in the play. The main character's name is Frodo. He carries a copy of Lord of the Rings. And the actual ring that he's wearing, we got from one of our sponsors. It is a $700 golden replica of Sauron's ring, straight from the movie. And we will be raffling that off over the course of the entire production.
Wow.
And you heard the thunder, so you got the one ring.
Oh, well, Brent, it is always a pleasure having you on the show.
Always a pleasure being here, sir. For more information, go to stateofplaytheater.com. It's theater spelled with an R-E, not an E-R, or just Google Brent Lengel North To Maine. It's all over the internet. There's a great interview that I do on it on newyorktheater.com. And we are going to be published by indietheaternow.com. The publishing is going to coincide with the world premiere, so you will be able to buy the scripts there.
Sweet.
All right.
Sweet.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right. We will catch you later on during the month when we go ahead and we have the Forgotten Doctor on the show.
Please. And we need to bring Crystal Skillman on to talk about Geek when we get the opportunity to.
I need to right now apologize to you about that, because I had everything had completely just exploded. Yes. Definitely, I mean, literally.
Yeah, it's no biggie. It happens, and like I said, I mean, I think she'll still be down to do it, and I think she'd be a great guest to have. And then hopefully we can get some more folks from the indie theater, geek theater scene. Anyway, great talking to you guys. I love the podcast, and really look me up when they're doing the Forgotten Doctor. If I'm not at the show, I'll be by because I'd love to. Javakis is really cool. I'd love to see him again. All right. Catch you guys later.
Have a good one. And I think that should go ahead and do that for both of us as well, Max. What do you think?
Well, I think there was.
Well, what's this?
Oh, yeah, this is pictures from TimeGate.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, give us, show us, a little bit about this. I like
this one, of course, one of I think my favorite costumes is very well done. Obviously, it's Idris. Let's see what else I've got. More pictures of. I'm not sure if this. Get this thing working. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out get this screen share working. um, let's see. Very brilliant Cyberman there.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, here we go. This works. Okay, that's Ken Spivey. Ken Spivey Band. Let's see. I got a River Song in the spacesuit. Okay, and there's the cast of The Forgotten Doctor. Some more pictures of Colin Baker here.
He's definitely filled out. I mean, back in the day, about 20 years ago, this man was thin as a rail, practically.
Yeah.
But time catches up. Now, who is this?
Oh, that's Moxie.
Moxie.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain on but she's supposed to be the hairdresser at the Enterprise, I believe.
Really? That would explain the big giant mound of pasta that's supposed to like represent hair, I guess.
Yeah, and then she got into her Sixth Doctor costume.
I was wondering about that. I didn't want to say anything. But, oh wow! That's a nice TARDIS.
Yeah, it's actually the prop from The Forgotten Doctor.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, they did a little skit. This guy here in the black, he's the master. And they did a little goofy thing where they had all the doctors show up and deal with the bomb or this, you know, this is as skits go, they get silly. Let's see. Another picture of that Cyberman.
And was there a particular reason that he was sprayed like stealth jet black?
I guess it's like somebody choose their. It's just a matter of choice.
I'm not gonna go ahead and scream canon, but I mean.
Yeah. I mean the Daleks can be multiple different colors,
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and here's the various costumes at the con. Just pop through here. Donna.
Yeah, there's the master. I like that. I like that one. That was pretty cool.
Actually, he's playing the first Doctor.
Really? Okay.
Although it kind of reminds me of Thomas Jefferson there.
He reminds me of the second no, the third master. Sorry, third master.
Was it the hipster Doctor? Yeah.
The one before Harold Saxon.
Let's see. Jagaroth. Let's see, another master.
That was like Tim Curry there for a second.
Yeah. And then there's all the costume people. They even have one.
Did anybody go ahead and do the drunken giraffe during the formal?
Not quite. What was the question?
Did you have anybody doing the drunken giraffe over at the dance?
No, I don't. No, I'm not familiar with it, so.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, it was at Rory and Amelia's wedding, when at the reception when the doctor showed up.
Oh. No, I don't think.
Really? No? I
Um,
need to see that. What's this one?
Hand of Fear, Eldrad. Eldrad must live.
Hmm.
You know, the female Eldrad, yeah.
Yeah. Were there any Torchwood?
Oh, I think so. Let me see if I find one real quick.
Let's just make sure that nobody has any epilepsy. Ah, scissor!
Yeah. There wasn't many in terms of Torchwood.
Shame.
But I had one good. Okay, here we go. Of course, dressed up as Gwen.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
What on earth is down there?
Oh, he's supposed to be an old cyber critter.
Wow. Cyber something, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely props off for that. Now, where was this held at again? Was this held at one of the Marriotts?
It was at Holiday Inn. Remember, I kind of.
Oh, the Holiday Inn. Okay.
That same one. You know, it's real good for small cons. This man here, he was one of the Cybermen actors. He said that you could not see out of those helmets. Whenever they had to do with stairs, they had to practice because otherwise they'd be stumbling off of them. So they had, and Cybermen don't stare down at their feet. This is Jana Oliver, the local author.
Nice.
Yeah, this is Java and their premiere of the Forgotten Doctor stuff.
The premiering panel?
Yeah.
Nice.
And various other panels. Oh yeah, that's good. Black Dalek.
Wow. Wow, let's take a look at that. Yeah, let's see here.
Yeah.
Wow, that is well done. Is that a fez?
Yeah, and a bow tie.
Well, bow ties are cool, that's why.
I loved her lunchbox there.
Yeah,
full of jelly
green
beans.
plushie though.
Yeah, it was one of Janet Oliver's little critters.
Did she hand make that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's definitely cute. It's a cute little cuss.
Yeah, but Jodie, that Doctor Who lunchbox, she had it full of jelly babies. She was passing it around. We were like, oh, wow, jelly babies. Yeah, that's a close-up of that little critter.
The thing is adorable. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Oh, and that's my granddaughter.
Oh, well.
That's Eva. Yeah, she's passed out though. Okay,
Somebody's definitely tired.
okay. So, before we go off, I did want to mention briefly about Ghost Stock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me and my wife, our friend Patrick Burns, he's a paranormal investigator. It He was in the show on True TV, it's a Haunting Evidence, and then he went with two sensitives, and they try to investigate cold cases on trying to. And anyway, he was the leader of our paranormal investigation group called the Georgia Ghost Hounds, which is now currently pretty much defunct.
Splintered or
Yeah, fractured due to
decommissioned.
politics, and he was pretty much the controller. And,
Right.
he decided to go on his own way, and for a while he was having ghost stock twice a year, mostly in Savannah, Georgia.
Right.
A few years back, he decided to stop doing it. A couple days ago, he announced that he's bringing it back. So we were all excited about it. And he told us in February 6th weekend. So in Savannah. So if you're interested in paranormal, and we'll probably get more information, and I'll probably announce it later. As podcasts go, but this is a nice, good heads up. February's wild long. So I guess that's that. Any questions or before we wrap up?
No. I said it. I remember being in Savannah for a year or so, back during my military time. I was stationed out at Fort Stewart, out in Hinesville, about 50 miles away from Savannah. But I would go down there a lot and check out what was going on at one of the popular spots. The Indigo Girls were actually at way back when I had youth and hair. But where will he have this being held at in Savannah?
Well, he hasn't given any real details yet. I hope.
Okay.
It was in the previous.
So it's in the launching stage.
Yeah. In previous times, it was the DeSoto Hotel in Savannah, but that might be different. He hasn't given any.
Yeah, the DeSoto's. I've seen it recently. It was great back in the day, but recently, though, past decade or so, not so much. Yeah.
And it's interesting about Savannah. It seems like SCAD, Savannah College of Design, has pretty much taken over half of Savannah.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, and little satellite campuses popping up here and there. You might as well say that half of Savannah is now a campus.
Yeah, it's like this building's run by SCAD, this one, which is, I guess, good because keep the historical buildings in shape.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, that'll end this podcast, episode 34. Any closing remarks at all? Okay.
No. I'm tapped out.
Well, for me, it's always going to be about the timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Yeah.
So we will see you next week, peeps. All out here on the Cybernauts. Everybody have a good week, okay?
Yes, minasai.
Ja, mata.
Hello. I'm the Doctor.
Somebody call for a nurse.
dreamless.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
からたなびく風が俺を昨日へとさらってく派手なブルーの空笑顔を映す君二人で描いた千年先の未来まだ忘れたわけじゃないんだぜあの時の約束を同じ強さで同